Okay, it's time for some piano, friends. Here we go. Awesome. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm so happy today because I get to bring you the third lesson in our greatest hits lesson series. So pull out your book, okay? Before we get started, though, if you could do a couple things for me. If you don't mind liking and sharing this video, you know all that helps me so very much. Helps me reach even more piano learners that are all around the world, okay? Also, if you don't mind subscribing, la 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 la, there it is. Subscribe on YouTube so that you can keep up with your lessons with me here in my studio here on YouTube. And that's really good too, because you could even sign up for like the little bell notifications to let you know when I've posted a new piano lesson, okay? That would be great. Next, quick reminder, we operate on Discord. Okay, so Discord is fabulous, and that's like my favorite place to hang out because that's where I get to interact with all of you piano learners that are out there. You hop onto our server, you can get organized into your class, you can hang out with some other piano learners that are at the same level as you. You can post videos of yourself and I'll review. We even host events on Discord, so I would love to see you on there, okay? Thanks so much. And then finally, I am on Patreon, right? So it's actually the perfect day to sign up because it's the first of the month. It's April the 1st, and that is like great because I celebrate the first of every month as Patreon sign up day. So in order for us to really, really feel fulfilled for these piano lessons, getting that regular financial support from my viewers and my students is essential to keeping these lessons coming. So if you're ready to make that jump and make that commitment to me, pick a tier that works for you. I actually have a special offer going on this whole month. If you sign up for the all access tier, which is $20 a month, you're gonna get a patron only piano lesson, a YouTube shout out, and I'm designing a custom enamel pin for those people that are at all access tier or higher. So if you want in on that, which is like so amazing, and I'm so excited about the pin. It's beautiful, you guys. When I'm ready to show you it, oh, you're gonna love it. I would love to see you on there at the all access tier so you can take advantage of this special offer, okay? Thanks so much for that quick little reminder. All right, we are officially ready to start the song, okay? Do you guys know what song we're doing today? I think you're gonna love it. Okay, so if you are a Titanic fan, I'm sure you're very familiar with our song, My Heart Will Go On, right? Written by the incredible James Horner and made wildly popular by the Canadian singer Celine Dion. Yes, we all know it, right? Yes. So having this song in this book is really going to help you feel pretty like fulfilled. This is like a song that a lot of people know. So if you're able to play it on the piano, wow, like people are going to be really excited to hear that, okay? So let's start analyzing our music. Turn to page 4 in your book. 4 and 5. There it is. And we will get started, okay? Now, looking this over, there's a couple things to mention at the beginning. We know that this song is moderately slow, okay? It's not going to be a crazy fast song. We know this by, seeing the film and understanding how the song is. We also see that it's in 4/4 time. So we've got 4 beats of measure, okay? So what's nice is that this version of the song, this arrangement, is a very accessible one for beginners, okay? So, but it also allows for some improvisation for those that might be a little bit more advanced, and we'll get to that a little bit later in lesson, okay? Now, I see a mezzo forte to start, and as a clue, I see that my left hand finger 1, they've marked on my middle C, okay? And my right hand finger 3 is actually on the E. So that's already telling me I'm gonna be in my butterfly middle C position, okay? So let's switch to piano view and let's start figuring out this song, okay? We'll start with verse 1 here on the first page, okay? All right. There it is, piano view. It's always so pretty. I love it when I switch to piano view because you guys can see exactly how those fingers are working, okay? Now I said butterfly middle C position. So let's go ahead and get in that butterfly, both thumbs together. We're gonna land that butterfly on middle C, and we've got each finger on a key, okay? Now I would typically approach this hands apart, but because it is in middle C position, it lends itself to a very beginner attempt at hands together, okay? I will go very slowly and we will figure this out, okay? Let's count off, and this first time around, I'm going to be saying my left hand finger numbers, okay? We're only doing the first page. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. C, 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 B, C, hold. C, B, C, hold. Right hand, D. Then we have G in the left hand, E in the right hand. Then down to D and B. Very good. Back to line 2, measure 5. C, 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 B, C, 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 down to G, hold. Right hand comes in, F, down to E, down to D. Okay, line 3, here we go. C, 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 B, C, hold. C, B, C, hold. Right hand D. We've got E and G together. Then we've got D and B together. 13, we've got C, 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 B, C, hold. C, down to G, hold. Right hand F. We've got G and E, very good. Then down to B and D. Excellent. Okay. Now, did you see how the melody is primarily in the left hand? Okay, so that means the right hand is going to have to be secondary to the left hand. Only at 2 points in those verses does the melody switch up to the right hand, and it's only for 3 notes. Okay, you see the part at the end of line 2, right? Oh, no, end of line 1, pardon me, where it says, I feel you, okay? Just those 3 words. It switches, I feel you, right? So those 3 notes themselves, that is the only part where the right hand takes over the melody, okay? That happens again at the end of line 3, okay? This is the pickups to measure 12. It says, between us, right? Again, the same notes, D, E, D. But the rest of it, the left hand has the melody, okay? There's a lot of tied notes, right? You see those right hand tied notes, whole note tied to another whole note. It's practically just a background sound, right? As the left hand is carrying that melody, okay? Let's try it again, okay? We'll keep it at the nice slow tempo. We're not gonna push it. This is going to be, again, page 1, just the verse. And then we'll hop over to page 2 with the chorus, okay? All right, piano view again. All right, my friends, let's get this done. Find your middle C position. We are going to be moderately slow again, okay? I am not going to say many note names, but I will a little bit here and there I'll pop in and help out, okay? Once you've found your spot, we will get started. Ready? 1, 2, ready, play. Hold. C, right hand. 2 and 2. B and D. Very good. Measure 5. Up to right hand F. Measure 9. Hold. D. There it goes. Melody in the right hand. Switches back. Excellent. Oh, how pretty. Yeah, it's really, really nice when you start to feel like it's building in intensity, right? Because we understand that at the chorus, right? That's where the climactic moment of the song is, right? Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on, right? It's really, really pretty there. So you want to make sure that the intensity is building in your verses, right? In those fingers, right? They've even given you the indication at the end of the verse, at the end of page 1, there's a crescendo building within that little bridge section. So you want to make sure that your fingers are playing with a little bit more intensity. It's having more emphasis building towards that chorus, okay? Now, speaking of the chorus, let's learn it, okay? So starting on page 5, measure 17. This is the beginning of the chorus, okay? We're still in our middle C position, but now we have a nice strong forte, okay? So this is great. This is really, really good. We're in very good positioning here. Let's switch to piano view and let's learn the notes of the chorus all the way to the end of the piece, okay? You can do this, okay? I'm so proud of you guys for sticking with me and learning these awesome songs. Okay, so we're here. Measure 17. Page 5. Let's find that middle C position again. We've got our thumbs on middle C. We've fanned out our fingers. Now remember, we're doing this hands together for the first time because it lends itself to learning it at the same time rather than hands apart. But if you need to do it hands apart, that's perfectly fine for your practice. Okay? Now we're beginning with the finger 1, right hand on middle C, and then a finger 3 on A in the bass clef, okay, in the bass staff. So here we go. I'm going to count off. I will be saying my right hand note names and occasionally popping in some left hand chords to help, okay? Let's give this a try. 1, 2, ready, play. C and A, 2, 3 and 4, up to B, D and B, 2, 3, down to G left hand. Now we have G in the right hand with an F and A, 2, F, E, D with the 2 and 4, G and B, E, F, C and E with an A, 2, D, C, B, C, hold, B, A, 2, 3, B, A, G, G, A, B. Now we have C and A, 2, 3, and 4 with a D and B, 2, 3, down to G, up to G with an F and C, F, E, D with a G and B, E, F, C and E with an A. Good. D, C, B, C, hold. B, B, C and A, hold. D, then C and E, 2, 3, and 4. Isn't that beautiful? Such a pretty song. I mean, there's no surprise why it became such an iconic hit, right? The film came out, I think, was it 1996? 1997, okay. In 1997, oh, how old was I? I was 12. So, like, I was so, like, into Leonardo DiCaprio, right? I'm showing my age. That's perfectly fine. He was totally, like, the heartthrob of, like, you know, preteens and teens of the time. So it's no surprise that I love this song too. So isn't that awesome? I love the chorus. It's so incredibly pretty. And this, like I said, this beginner arrangement, it really still lets the beginner feel the song, right? The intensity is building. It's going back and forth with crescendos and diminuendos. It's expanding, it's shrinking, it's expanding again. It's like, it's coming alive. And with really, really good practice, you're gonna be able to make this come alive too. It's really cool. So let's play that part again, okay? Starting at measure 17 at the chorus, it's a strong forte. Now this time, I'm not gonna be saying very many note names to help. If you need to do note names, make sure to write them down if you need them, okay? But I recommend reference notes, right? So just a couple here and there. Remember, if you memorize the relationship of the notes on the staff between the lines and spaces, you won't have to write all of the notes down. Maybe you just write like a couple, right? Because you can use them as references, okay? Let's switch back to piano view and I'm gonna play that page to the chorus, okay? All right, let's do it. Such a pretty song. I keep saying that. Oh my gosh, it's so silly. Okay, back in our middle C position. Let's play this with some intensity, okay? I'm gonna count off and let's get started. 1, 2, ready, play. It's gorgeous. I have such a good time playing this song. And even in different versions, right? So like, obviously, technically, I could probably play this, a more advanced version of this, but there's just something beautiful about the simplicity of this one, okay? It's just letting the melody itself ring out with just little spots where there's a beautiful harmony with those left hand notes, okay? It's really nice, okay? Now, at the end of the piece, you'll see a repeat sign, okay? Because this song has 2 verses, okay? So you will technically go all the way back to the beginning and play through the entire piece again, okay? But this is where you can get creative, okay? You can play the whole thing again as written, right? No worries, nothing to worry about there. But as a challenge for you, try playing it a little bit differently. And by differently, there's different things that we can try, okay? You could play the whole thing again up an octave, right? You could do that. Or you could play the whole thing again down an octave. Whatever floats your boat, right? If you want to do it high or low, that's fine, right? But there's also another thing you can do, right? You can add in a few extra notes. Placed very carefully within the song, it can make a really big difference, okay? You can also try doing the rhythm more attuned to the lyrics, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna play this. This will be quote the second time through, okay? And I'm gonna add in some spot notes here and there that you can write down as a reference. I know I had one student ask me, how do you make it a little bit less basic and put it into sort of a more creative expression or improvisational spot? Well, this is how we do it, okay? I'll switch to piano view and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Let's give it a try. Okay, so technically, I love doing improv or doing some extra notes on the second time through, especially when there's a second verse, okay? So we will begin again in that middle C position, okay? But when I'm talking about spot notes being added, I'll show you what I mean, okay? So I'll begin the piece. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. You can hold that one and add in a low C. See, there's another low C, right? So let's try that again. There's the melody. Good. We have. Very good, as written. At measure 5, let's try that beginning little improv we did, adding some notes. Drop an octave G. Good. Back to middle C. Let's try that. Drop the C. Drop it again. B, C. Then we have D. Very good. Drop the C again. Change the rhythm. Drop the C. Drop the G. G's, B's, octaves. Very good. Now at measure 17, the chorus, it's going to get really interesting here, okay? So I think a couple lessons back, I think it was on, which lesson was it? On Remember Me. Okay, you remember my Recuérdame lesson on a Learn With Me series? I did sort of like an improv exploration of melodic arpeggios on that one instead of block chords. We turned it from a block chord song to arpeggiated chords, and it made it completely sound different, okay? We're gonna do something similar with the second half of this song, right? The second time we go through the chorus, right? So if you are late beginner, early intermediate, you can add in a little bit of extra notes here on the chorus, okay? And they are going to be rooted in the tonic or root of that chord, okay? And how we figure out those chords is by looking at the chord structure. We're getting into a little bit of music theory, but that's okay, all right? Remember, if you're beginner, basic beginner, you don't have to do this. This is just for my students that want a little bit of extra challenge, okay? I'm gonna switch back to piano view, and each and every measure, you're gonna see that there's a root chord that we can do arpeggiated, which means play it melodically, okay? Let's see how that goes. All right, so at the top of page 5, measure 17, this is the chorus again, right? So if we were in middle C position, it would be A and C, right? But from here instead, I'm gonna throw my right foot on my damper pedal, and I am actually going to lower my left hand to a low A because that's the root of that chord, okay? And it sounds like this instead. A, E, A, right? And then the next chord is B and D. So then I'm going to actually put my right hand thumb on the B and play my right hand finger 2 on that D. Drop my left hand pinky to low G. Very good. And then we have G again. And then we have a low F, right? So we were up here, right? But instead of this, I'm going to do this. Right? Do you hear the difference? That's as written. Let me see, listen to what I've changed instead. It's the same basic notes, F, C, F, but I've just changed the positioning of it, right? If you want to do that, you absolutely can, okay? And then it keeps going. And go up one step to G and D. And then you go back to your A, right? Down to G again. You see the right hand has sort of shifted down to take over that melody so the left hand can expand down here. So let's start there at measure 22. Down a step to A in your right hand, and we're going to do a low F in the left hand. Very good. Now we're back to I guess the beginning part of the chorus, right? A again. Here we go. Good. Down a step for our left hand to G. And then we go down to low F. Pinky 5 on that high G. F, E. Then up a step for your left hand to G. E, F. Now we're on the A with the C and E in the right hand. Down to G in your left hand, and now we've taken over the left hand line with your right hand thumb. B, C, B. Now left hand down to F. D, G, D. Now we have a C. Now left hand down to low G. Now you can get it really pretty here. Something like that, right? If that's a little bit complicated, you understand that now. If it's too complicated for you, it's okay, right? This is sort of like a expansion on the melody presented in this piece itself, okay? I'm going to play from the chorus to the end with that expanded intermediate style, melodic arpeggiated style. So you can hear what it sounds like all the way through without my comments. All right? It sounds pretty. All right, let's give it a try. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. It's really pretty. All right, so again, that's the cool thing about these books is like They give you a beautifully simplistic melody, but you're able to expand upon it if you're a little bit more advanced in this beginner stage, okay? It's gorgeous, isn't it? My Heart Will Go On is always going to be one of my favorite songs. So thank you so much for joining me for this piano lesson. It was a lot of fun. We learned My Heart Will Go On in a beautiful, simplistic, basic format, and then we learned how to expand upon it with a little bit of improv and some arpeggios. It really makes a difference, okay? Now, if you enjoy these lessons, consider joining as a patron. Yes, I love my patrons because they're the ones that have fully made that commitment, right? They see the value in what I'm bringing every single week. And, my mission, of course, my mission is to bring high quality piano instruction to everyone, right? Regardless of the fact of whether or not they could pay for it or not. And I know that's so different from many, business models out there, right? But as a donation-based studio, the dedication and the commitment of my patrons, my donors, because they are the ones who keep me going, because they understand that what I do, my work is important, and it's important enough for them to keep donating on a regular basis. So if you're one of those people, if you're ready to show me that you can make that commitment, even if it's something small like $5 a month, it helps me very, very much. It keeps me going. It makes sure that I am taken care of to keep bringing you these high quality lessons. So I'd love to see you on there, okay? Patreon sign-up days today. Take advantage of that special offer. All right, and another quick mention, Discord. Yeah, so hop into the adults class channel so you can chit-chat about My Heart Will Go On, right? I want to see your progress on it. I want to see what improv things you decide to do, right? Join us on there. We have a ton of fun, all right? And that's like the heart of my studio, all right? And then, of course, don't forget to subscribe. That's the easiest thing you can do. The button is right there. Easy thing to do to support me and just so you can keep up with your piano lessons. I just love to see that subscriber list going up and up and up. We recently hit 5,000 subscribers. I want to hit 10,000 by October. I don't know if that can happen, but it can if you decide to hit that button, okay? So thank you so much. All right. Well, that concludes our lesson. I hope you enjoy this series. I will see you all again very soon. Take care and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.